What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel and to another amazing video. If you like what you've been seeing so far on my channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's become a family of people who are just like talking good stuff. Like, if you need a little bit more time and you're unsure, that's all right too. You know, I still got love for you. Thanks for taking the time out to watch this video. All right, so it's been a minute, but I'm back with another book review. And make me tell you something. This book that I'm going to talk about is amazing. Well, of course, from a title, you'd have known the name of the book, but like, have you ever heard a review like mine, though? I doubt it. Or maybe. But either way, stay and watch my video. Thanks. This is a book, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Now, if you know me already or if you watched my last book review video, you know that these kinds of books are my thing. Like, that's my favorite category. Something that talks about personal development, talks about activities in the brain, why people do the way that the things that they do, psychology, my jam. Okay, and of course, smack dab in the middle of that is habits and how they're formed, why we continue to do them, and you know how we get out of it if you are unhappy with the habits that you are, you know, currently utilizing. They're not serving you very well. And I have to tell you, first and foremost, this book is beginner friendly, right? So it doesn't matter your level of expertise. You can get something out of this book. But if you're just starting off and, you know, you're just trying to wet your feet with a little bit of a different genre, you can start here. You can start here. The language is simple but effective in terms of getting you cued in, drawn in, understanding the concepts, seeing how they're applied to cases, applied to stories, and then like leaving like mind blown. Listen, don't take my excitement for a joke. The book is amazing. What I love about the book is it's segmented very well. So in the first part of the book, Charles talks about like ourselves, like habits that we may have seen, you know, and not even really understand why we do them, and giving yourself permission to observe yourself, like to conduct an experiment. If you want to get up at 5 o'clock and you currently get up at 7, trying to understand what it would take for you to get up at that time. Like, what are the cues that are currently getting you up right now at 7? What is your routine? What is a reward? And that's the basis of the book. A cue, a routine, a reward. That's a habit, right? It talks about what part of the brain is responsible for the creation of habits. So the basal ganglia is that part of the brain that is responsible for the creation and storage of habits. So think about when you're just learning to do something. You're just learning to drive, and how like focused you'd have been on the act of driving. Like, you're all hyper aware of the fact that your foot is on the gas versus on the brakes. You're tending to your positioning, your you know, awareness of your environs, versus when you are an expert driver, you know, hopping in the car, driving with one hand or one finger or your knee or something. But it's so deeply ingrained right now in your mind that it becomes second nature. There is a process that gets it to that point. And of course, practice makes perfect. But it's stored in the basal ganglia in the brain. And that's what, you know, triggers it. So when there's a cue, car key, the routine is, all right, we're about to drive. And the reward is, you know, you made it safely. You got to the destination, you ran your errands, you did what you needed to do, and then back home. It then talks about organizations and how organizations through training, you cultivate habits, organizational habits that lead to success, the success of the business and the overall development of the staff. And in the same way, how those principles can be applied to societies, cultures, and how those are formed, traditions, and how those are formed, the cues that we follow as a people, like how all of that kind of is intricately, related to each other. Like, I don't know if I'm doing this review enough justice, but I loved it. I also love that there were sources. Like, one of the downsides to many of these psychology books is that oftentimes, though they are informed by other person's extensive research, there aren't, you don't have access to those. I don't know exactly where you're getting what you're adding to this book. And some of it sometimes can be misconstrued as like just your personal mumbo jumbo. And that's the grain of salt that you're reading the book with. However, while all of that, it may be true for this book, what I do love is that Charles gave us access to his sources. He listed them. There is a huge chunk of the book that's just dedicated to notes, definition of terms and such things, and then sources for each chapter. This much of the book, that much. Let me do like the beauty, sources. Okay, and this is the first time I'm reading a book like this, so maybe I'm just, this giddy-headed because it's my first time, but I really, really, really appreciated that. I love how this book just humanized like habits, and right away I was able to apply so many concepts from this book to my own life, right? Many times we talk about what's not going well, not enough times do I hear a way to fix it. Okay, how do you fix it? What's that manual? What is step one? And this book's help, really, really helped me to do that. Downsides. I have to think really hard about it. I would say that one downside is just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't find anything wrong with the book. I feel like it's a fantastic read. A fantastic read. If you're looking for something like a starter collection, your starter, series. Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, of course. 5 Things by Gay Hendricks, of course. This book, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. It really helps you to get out of your own way by being able to take a scientific approach to the things that you're doing, give yourself some slack, give yourself some grace, and come up with a strategy for improving yourself. That's what we're about. That's what we're about on this channel. Personal development, improving yourself, getting better at the things that you're doing, and maximizing those things that are serving you well and giving you the results that you want, and taking your time to change those that aren't. Love the book. Love it. And Charles also gave me his email. Yes, because this is my book. His email in the back and said, if you want to link up or whatever, just email me. And I plan to do just that. All right. If you love this video or if you've ever read this book, comment below. Let me know, what you thought about it. What were the parts that stuck out the most to you? I could go on and on about some of these stories that were, highlighted in this book. And so many times I'll be like, yo, true, yo. If you get me to do that with a book, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. And I don't lend out my books. I know I can't lend out. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Until the next book review, I'm Shanique. I hope that you will take some time and explore the rest of my channel and, take in some of the other pieces of content like the Comic Talk series or the daily reminders that I've got going on. But until the next video, take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Bye.